this is Evie at Cherry Creek Kitchen, and today we're going to be making a fast and easy chocolate cream pie. The first step is the pie crust, and I've got the oven turned to 375 Fahrenheit. We're using a refrigerated pie crust. That's the one that I prefer, but you can use one of the frozen ones, or you can actually make your own if you want. But to me, this is fast and easy and really good. It works out for me. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. Take my pie crust and drop it into the pie pan. Make sure it's all rolled out easily. And then I'm going to put an edge on it, and I'll show you how to do that real quick. I pull it up around the edge of the pie plate. Make sure that it's pulled out and plenty of crust, because we don't want it shrinking down in there. So now let's press it down on the edge, press it down real firmly into the pan so that it won't shrink down. Okay, the next step is we go around and turn it down at the edges, and I'm going to put like a little edge on it. So here we go, all the way around. Just make sure it's even, so whenever you make it, that your crust is going to lay even and everything. Okay, and just continue around with all the way around, making your cute little pinches. And there we are. Now, okay, the next step is to punch holes. Make sure that you have lots of holes around the whole thing, and this keeps, it lets it bake more evenly, and it keeps it from shrinking. So that's what we need to do over the whole pie, even the whole bottom, the whole pie, all the way around. And don't feel like you're punching too many holes, because I don't think you can punch too many holes. Seems like the more you punch, the better it does. Just like that. And make sure you have it even in where it starts down into the pie pan. Next thing, take one of these little gadgets here, and I go ahead and just put it on the top, and that way when you put it in the oven and it starts to bake, it doesn't really burn. It just kind of browns. It browns up very well, and it even browns around the edges real good. So let's put that in our preheated oven. Okay, the second step is for the pie filling, and we're going to do this and get it in the microwave while the pie crust is going. So the first thing, I put all the 1 cup of granulated sugar, white granulated sugar. Let's put that in there. I mix all dry ingredients first, and I do it better if I'm working with a whisk. The next step is 2 tablespoons of cocoa, the unsweetened cocoa. So let's put that in there. And then the next step is 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. So we're going to put that in. That is, it's for the thickener. So let's mix that together real well. And I always mix it until it's real smooth and there's no grain left in it to see any lumps or anything like that. it's better to go ahead and mix it real well at first, and then you don't have to deal with it later after it starts to cook. And the next thing is we're going to mix all of our liquids in here. So 1 can of evaporated milk, and I just go ahead and cut make sure there's not any cream left in it or anything like that. I like to make sure that it's just been shaken real well. Go ahead and put all the liquids together. See, completely no cream left. It's a good, I like that kind. Okay, the next thing is 1 cup of water. Let's go ahead and put that in. I had already measured that out. And then the next thing is egg yolks. And we're gonna break our egg yolks and put them right down in here, and then we're gonna mix them up as we go. So let me go ahead and I'll just drop them right down in there as I go. You separate these, and then you save your other 4 egg whites for your meringue. And 4 works real well, gives you enough to work with and not have to, oh, come on. Come on. There's that. Uh-oh, I splashed a little there. Okay, so there is one more to go. Okay. Okay, so we need to mix this up really well. And put it in our dry mixture. And usually I'll whisk as I pour because it is easier to get it all mixed up. And make sure we mix it up real well. It's kind of like hot cocoa. We're going to put this in the microwave for 4 minutes. And our pie crust should be finished, and it looks like it is ready, definitely. So let me go put this in the microwave for 4 minutes, and I'll go ahead and get our pie crust out. So here we go. We are putting this in for 4 minutes. We're going to get our pie crust out, and it's going to cool down a little bit while our pie filling cooks. It looks like it's just about done. It looks perfect. It looks exactly the way that sit that on something since it's so hot. Okay, 4 minutes. It's cooked 4 minutes. And I can show you what it looks like at 4 minutes. It looks like it started cooking already, and it's still really thin, but it is cooking. Let me go ahead and get this stirred up. You have to make sure that you stir it really well. You get all the lumps from down in the bottom before you put it back in there, because you get those lumps going. It's hard to stir it out. So, okay, so it looks like it's Stir it up very well. It's still really liquidy, hasn't cooked that much, so it's 4 minutes so far. And we're going to start putting it in for a minute at a time. Normally it takes 6 minutes. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute at a time. Okay, 1 minute. Still needs to be stirred. Put back in. Stir it up real wet down in the bottom, just like I told you for the first time. And it's getting thicker, but still not enough. So I'll let you see when it starts setting up. It'll start sticking to the edge of the pan and or in edge of the bowl, and okay, it's starting to get a little thicker. So I'd say 1 more minute and it's probably going to be done. We shall see. Okay, 1 more minute. You need to make sure that it's plenty thick to begin with. Okay, that's it. We are ready. We are absolutely ready. Stir it up real good. Oh, this is real good. It's almost like fudge candy. Really good. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Okay, let's go ahead and put our butter in. And put our teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. I'm just going to eyeball that. Mix it up really well. Oh, it smells so good. Over this way, and we're going to pour it in. And you can pour it in while it's really hot, doesn't matter. So there it goes. How pretty. Pretty smooth. If you have little or big mouths, they will be standing around waiting to lick the bowl. Okay, so there it is. Step number 3, that is to do the meringue. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and mix this up to get the egg whites to froth. So right now we just have egg whites only, and I'm going to put in a cream of tartar. And then I'm going to put it on high and let it until it comes up to the froth stage, and I'll show you what the froth stage is. Okay, it's in the froth stage, and there's what it looks like. Now we're going to mix one more time. I'm going to add 2.5 tablespoons of white granulated sugar. Make sure that it is the fine granulated, so you won't get, your pie won't weep if you use the real fine granulated sugar. So let's do that, and we'll put that in, and then I have to put vanilla flavoring, but I'm not going to be talking because of the sound at the mixer. Here we go. Okay, it looks like it's setting up. You can tell, see how it sticks together and starting to be stiff, to lose its sheen. And that's usually when you can tell that it's ready to spread. So, get this over here where I can see what I'm doing. And you have to make sure that you seal all the edges. And usually that's what I do, start with the edges and go all the way around it. And seal the edges. We don't want sometimes you'll get the syrup to come out if your sugar is too fine, and also if you don't seal the edges. That's why it's important to get way over on the edge and make sure that the edges are being sealed also. It might take a little bit longer, but it's worth it. Just like that. Okay. Put a little pretty. Put some prettiness to it. Let's do that. Pull it back a little bit. I mean, nothing's perfect, but we'll do it the best we can. Okay. So this was 4 egg whites. Which is very, it's really good. And so let's put a few little jigglies on it, little peaks, make it pretty. It's really pretty. Sometimes, different eggs give you a little bit more meringue than some eggs, but there we are. See how pretty it is? And we're going to put it in the oven at 350 and let the egg whites cook. Oh, it looks very yummy. It was in there 20 minutes for the meringue to get the brown, all the peaks and everything browned, and cook the egg whites. So anyway, we're going to let it sit here for a little bit, and probably about a couple hours, and then we'll come back and do a taste test. Okay, I think it's warm. It's still warm, but I'm going to go ahead and cut the pie, and we're going to do a taste test and see how it tastes. Here we go. Oh, it's good. Looks good. That is so good.